Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast with Jay Gordon Duncan. And if you're wondering why the J, the answer is I'm not a bagpipe player. And if that joke doesn't make any sense, I encourage you to check out episode 0, where I explain that joke, as well as the purpose of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast, where we talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, and sometimes fun. Well, friends, as always, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate you listening to last week's episode. Thank you for your comments and your likes. Again, just I never get tired of saying thanks for the support. 500 plus episodes, and you guys have been here through all the iterations. Back when I was doing 3 episodes a week, back when I was doing all my episodes in my car, the studio, now the home studio here. And so just great to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you know what? Lately, I have been reflecting on my missteps and failures. And I don't mean that in a bad way, not dwelling on them and beating myself up at all. Instead, I have been dwelling on lessons learned. In fact, if you were on my Facebook or my LinkedIn page, I've been writing a series of blogs. I've been trying to get back into just regular writing again, called I Was Arrogant, Delusional, and Something Else. And so far, it's a 6-part series. I'm going to keep writing it, just sharing the lessons I've learned since starting my first business 21 years ago. And so I'm enjoying the reflection from that, and I'm enjoying the lessons I'm learning from those. And I thought, well, maybe I could coalesce some of that into a podcast episode. But as I began to put this episode together, I realized that this really had a different, it wasn't going to be like, let me tell you this story, and let me tell you this story, and let me tell you this story. I thought I would just do an overview of some of the things where I made missteps and 3 lessons that I've learned from my setbacks and failures. And I want them to be, encouraging to you. I want them to be something that takes you to a next step in your business or in your journey. So let me grab a cup of coffee. So first of all, when you look at what I'm doing with seminars and capitalize your best, capitalize marketing, it may feel like everything's just rocking and rolling, and we do have tremendous success to be thankful for. But the success that we have now is based upon the things that we've learned from missteps along the way, because when I made the transition from working with eye doctors to consulting to marketing, I started a lot of little projects that didn't succeed. And along the way, as those little projects didn't succeed, I, learned lessons that I'll share with you in a minute. But for example, here are some of the projects that I launched that didn't really succeed very well. $1 a day coaching. I did a program for a while there where I was literally just $30 a month, and I'd meet with you. Crazy, which would have been great. But I don't think people were convinced of the value in it for its cheap price. And I don't think I had enough of a reputation yet to even charge anything. I tried something called Simple Sermon Solution, which is where I took the methodology that I used to write sermons, deconstructed it, wrote a book on how to do it, and then wrote 2 books as examples. And then I created those in a ClickFunnels, and also put them on Amazon. After all that work, I might have made $25 on that whole thing. There might be something I do with that one day, but in the format that I did it, I had the covers created on Fiverr. They look fine. But maybe $25 for all that effort. Gospel Rich Journal actually made a little bit of money. That probably made $100 or something. But my publishing wing for faith-based books is called Gospel Rich Books. And so I wanted to create a Gospel Rich Journal, which was going to be a monthly journal of articles and various things going on with that. And we did okay. We had a subscriber. But again, maybe $100, maybe $200 over the course of a year. But it didn't take off like I wanted it to. I did something called Healthcare Professionals Academy, or Healthcare Pro Academy. This came about when I was helping doctors down in South Carolina staff their front desk. And I was getting lots of calls from people who were graduating from medical billing academies. And I just realized how much of a challenge there was for those folks to find jobs. And so I hit that really hard. I really did. I did email campaigns and blog campaigns, and don't know if I ever made a dollar from it. Really, I don't remember ever making a dollar from it. I think the work that I did that actually just kind of got subsumed by what I was doing with Pro Site Success, my consulting wing. Front Desk Academy, very similar to that. And that is something called a pastor publishing pack, which was a group of books that I had written to help pastors get their books on Amazon. Now, that morphed into publishing books, something called CACS that made thousands of dollars, but in that form, it didn't do very well at all. And so there were a bunch of efforts that I put time and energy into, but just all in all weren't successful. If you bundled all of those in and of themselves, not things they turned into, but in and of themselves, maybe $500. And so I could be greatly discouraged and like this online marketing thing doesn't work or this e-business doesn't work, but it really did because now all those things have morphed into what I do now. So what I want to do is I want to share 3 lessons that I've learned from those missteps, or if you want to call them failures, and I hope they help you because some of you right now are in the midst of not doing well with your online business or not succeeding, and I want to help you. So lesson number 1 I learned, no matter what, you just got to keep getting better. I have to get better at my marketing. I have to get better at my deliverables. I have to get better in the back end of like how I actually give things to clients and interact with them and get better at my communication. In every one of the graphics, we are just light years better than we were then in all those projects. But no matter what, we have to just keep getting better. And when your project doesn't succeed, there's not really anything you can't blame the economy. None of us can blame the economy because if this is July 4th weekend, and if you go to Costco or BJ's or any of those big warehouse places, people are spending $500 at a time. People are going to spend $200-300 on fireworks alone. Yes, people consider how they spend their money now, but we just can't blame somebody's spending money. And if they're not spending money on your project or mine, we just have to get better. So 1, get better. Number 2, build an audience. If you don't have an audience built that's interested in your product or service, they're not going to buy your product and service. Why would they? They won't know who you are. Most people I talk to are worried about annoying their audience. And I'm telling them your audience doesn't see the things you publish, maybe 14% of your friends. So you're not going to annoy them. They don't even know you posted anything. And if the people who do see you aren't buying, you need a new audience. And so no matter what, we have to build an audience constantly every day, putting out content and building that audience. Because if you have an audience and they trust you, they're interested in your product and service. For example, the Front Desk Academy, man, that was building an audience from scratch from an email list that I had. And they had never read or done anything with me. So I tried that purely by email. And, might try it again one day. But that day, that point in time, I didn't have enough of an audience to merit them spending any money with me. So get better, build an audience. And 3, you can't quit. If you quit, you're guaranteed failure. As always, make sure your bills are paid, take care of your family and your friends, take care of yourself. But if you quit, you will not succeed. The people who succeed didn't quit. And yes, there are people who have not quit, who have not succeeded. But if you quit, you won't succeed. So every one of those things, there's a germination in all of them of what I do now. And so I didn't stick with those things specifically. They morphed and transformed and grew into a lot of elements of capitalized marketing. And I needed them to get to where I am now. But if I had quit because they didn't succeed, then capitalized marketing wouldn't exist. And then the tributaries of capitalize your best life, capitalize academy, all those things would not exist had I not persevered through the struggle of those things. So, friends, I'm with you when things don't succeed, but you've got to get better every single day. You do that through coaching or self-learning. You've got to build an audience, which is continuous content to a target market, and then you can't quit. And if you continue to get better and you build an audience and you don't quit, you have a much better chance of succeeding. So I'm with you. I have not succeeded. I have been discouraged. There's times where it's a temptation to be discouraged even now. But if you quit, you will not succeed. If you don't build an audience, no one can find your product. And if you're not getting better, you're not delivering a product and service that actually will grow into more and more sales. So, friends, I hope this is an encouragement. Thank you, everyone who attended this past week's How to Scale Your Business Without Breaking the Bank. That was tremendously successful, kind of surprisingly successful. My next couple of seminars are private, which is where I'm being brought into a brokerage and they control the marketing. So I don't have a public seminar to announce this Monday, but I will have one coming up really soon because I want to continue to offer opportunities for you guys to grow and learn. So with that, I hope you're having a wonderful summer. Please be safe. You should be listening to this either on the last day of June or the next to last day of June. So for you, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful second half of the year, and I hope I get to play a part in it. So thank you so much for listening, and I can't wait to talk to you again until next week. Thanks so much.